So picture this, it's 2024 and a quick scroll on social media will show things like hashtag Chivido 2024, dance trend like Tishola Bam, and things like Ojude Oba King of Steers. But there was also something that was slowly gaining virality. It was something we didn't expect, and it was bread. Not just any bread, it was a bread called Trio's bread, aka Bokku bread.
Bokku bread. Bokku bread.
People couldn't get enough of it. Everybody wanted a piece of Bokku bread.
This bread smells so good.
Bokku bread. Bokku bread. Bokku bread.
It is very, very soft.
Bokku bread. Bokku bread. Bokku bread.
I like the taste. It tasted buttery and
Bokku bread. Bokku bread. Bokku bread.
What's my put for this bread?
Just bring Bokku bread, it's okay.
Oh, tender. Sweet like the Fanta.
Everybody wanted a piece of Bokku bread. There were queues from inside of the store to outside of the store. Resellers were fighting to get the bread. Every time you went to a Bokku store, you find people fighting just for bread. So how come that in just 2 years, they went from being so popular in 2024 to being just another bread that not everyone talks about anymore? How did that happen? Bokku, which in Pidgin means plenty, opened their first store on September 20th, 2022. But they didn't start selling bread instantly. It was till the next year in March that they launched their bread, as you can see on their Instagram. They grew slowly and it was till 2024 that they hit peak virality and everybody wanted that bread. Bokku bread was continuously sold out and people would struggle to buy from resellers at a higher price without complaining about the price. It was that exclusive and it was that much on demand. So how did it happen? Was it because of the price? When Bokku launched in 2023, they started selling it at 650 naira, but the price didn't start at 650 naira. It slowly increased up until 2024, where the price stayed at 1,100, and it is at 1,100 even up to now in 2026. Now, they didn't just increase our price because they wanted to increase our price. They had to increase our price because cost of ingredients increased due to our economic instability here in Nigeria. But even though the price went up, people kept on buying. People wanted Bokku bread. So, Bokku bread that was selling at 1,100 was still cheaper than their competitors by about 100 naira or 200 naira. So are we saying that it's because of that 100 naira that people were fighting for this bread at our stores? Well, we're Nigerians, maybe it was because of 100 naira. But then, if the bread still costs the same, even now, 2026, why is it that the demand fell when the price stayed constant? That means it had to be more than just price. How about the taste? What is it about Bokku bread that makes it so addictive? That makes people dance like this? I'll show that video from there dancing Bokku bread. Bokku bread. Yeah. So to find out, I hopped on a quick interview with my chef friend, and here's what she had to say about the taste.
Honestly, it's a perfect balance because the bread is so soft, it's so fresh, right? And it's so flavorful because I can legit perceive the smell of the bread from the back of my house. And all of you can tell me, if you have a Bokku bread beside your house, you will always perceive the smell. So whatever recipe they use, I think they're putting so much care in it that you cannot even stop at one slice. So a bread like that will make you come back over and over and over again for more.
So it is obvious that the taste of Bokku bread was something that drew that much crowd. But I would like to support that even though people were in love with the taste of Bokku bread, not everybody fell into this trend. Not everybody loved the taste. Some people actually hated it. But this is true for anything that a lot of people love. There would always be people that do not like them. But that doesn't mean that people were not in love or the majority of people did not like Bokku bread. I mean, it's evident by the amount of queue that were in our stores. So if the taste was this addictive, how come 1 year later when you walk into that stores, you find the bread on the shelves and you look for the queue, you can't find the queue anymore. It has disappeared. The demand for it dropped. How come? Well, the truth was more simpler than I wanted to accept. It was the same thing that made people addicted to Bokku bread that made people detest it. It was the taste. People just got tired of it. Yeah, believe it or not, that's what happened. But the reason why people got tired of it is actually more interesting. For Bokku to achieve that peculiarities that they have, they had to add more ingredients like sugar and or butter and or milk to give it that taste. But that comes with a downside. That brings a peculiar problem. The more you add ingredients like this into your bread, the less longer the bread lasts, so the quicker the bread is to go stale. Now, Bokku knew this, and it wasn't a problem for them at first, because a lot of people were consuming that bread that it was always sold out. They couldn't meet up with demand. So it was never really a big problem that the bread couldn't last for long, because people were demanding the bread as soon as it came out of the oven. But now, here's where they made a mistake, if you want to call it that. Bokku started expanding so that they could meet this demand, and they expanded to over 120 stores as of now in 2026. But what that did was that they produced more bread than they could sell out immediately, and that bread were kept on shelf. So when you keep bread on shelves for hours, and that kind of bread, they went stale quickly and they were not as fresh anymore. And so when a customer walks into that store right now, he sees a bunch of Bokku bread on the shelf. He picks one, goes home, maybe has it this night or eats it the next morning. It tastes different. It doesn't taste as it always tasted, or as you won't remember it to have tasted. Slowly over time, it stops buying the bread because, it doesn't taste fresh. It tastes stale. And that was Bokku's biggest problem. So that was what led to the decline of Bokku bread. What should they have done? I don't know. If Bokku were aware of why that bread were really selling and why people loved it, and that bread couldn't last for so long, they should have retained that exclusivity and kept their supply low so that to keep getting sold out. So that is it. I forgot to introduce myself again, but I'm the man. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it. If not, don't like it. It's up to you. But thank you for watching up until this point, and I'll see you next video. Bye.